This is Josiah Plays The Witcher 2. When do I think I'll do Torment? Probably last. I'll probably save that one for last. Even though it is my favorite game. I'll do The Witcher 2 and 3. Then I'll do Alpha Protocol. Then I'll do Torment. You've never played it and you're really curious to see it? You should just play it. Don't watch me play it. You should play it. It's so good. It's incredibly good. The writing is amazing. And as a real completionist player, you'll get the most out of it. People that try to rush through it and they don't pay attention and read all the dialogues and, you know, explore everything, they miss out on a lot in that game. We're back to the old dragon business. But where is your god now?
Damn, I've seen assaults go awry, but the dragon topples them all.
Hold on. I don't want...
Tops? Tops what? Damn nonsense! Geralt, you should know. Is it possible to tame a dragon?
Not as far as I know. Then why is this reptile...
Oh, hey! I shouldn't have moved forward. I just cut off the conversation. I really should have paid attention to the part where it told me what to do to avoid the attacks. Really should have paid attention to that. Hold on. Just a second. Load my quick save instead. I want to see what else they were going to say. I kind of am offended by the fact that they have these burning fires here. Outside, in the broad daylight, there's plenty of light, there's plenty of warmth, presumably.
Damn.
No, motherfuckers.
The dragon's back!
This is just quick time event, right?
I can't.
Wait, I pushed the button it told me to push. Mouse 4 is what, when it says mouse 0, it seems to be saying mouse 4 when I...
The dragon's back! I can't.
Alright, I pushed the button again. Unless it's trying to tell me... See, I rebound some keys from what they are on default, and I feel like weird shit is happening because I rebound some keys.
The dragon's back!
Like, I rebound heavy attack from... to mouse 4, and now weirdness happens whenever I... Oh, that time it worked. Yeah, I stabbed you in the mouth, dragon. Goodbye, dragon. How the hell did Roche not get crushed by the dragon? Well, he's Roche.
Again. Ask what you will of me, Witcher.
What's this say? However, before our heroes could reach the king's progeny, the dragon swooped down on them once more. The beast attacked with fury and fought relentlessly. Had Geralt been, say, a potter, only charred corpses and possibly some earthenware shards would have remained. But the dragon was up against a witcher, and after a fierce battle it was forced to turn tail. Geralt led Foltest to the Solar, to Busi and Anais. Busi and Anais.
I need to leave, sire. I'd like Triss Marigold to come with me, if she wants.
Are you blind? She's enamored with you. You may leave, and none shall stop you. You have my word.
I really want to follow you up those stairs, Your Majesty, but first, I think you understand that there could very well... Yeah, see, there's stuff to take here. So let's just slow our fucking roll. Ha! Fools that just proceed right up the stairs will miss out on that... Books! Books! We'll miss out on that twine right there. That's what I was gonna say. Books! I will read all the books, you best believe that. First we have 3 years among the Endregas. Endregas are forest creatures that resemble arachnids. They are especially fond of floodplains, as moisture and tall grass suit them. Longer than they are tall, they move about on all fours and are extremely difficult to spot as they lie motionless awaiting their prey. Like Kikamors, Endregas are divided into castes, with warriors being most numerous, guards being less common, and queens being a real rarity. These monsters, like arachnids, hatch from eggs. Impregnated queens lay the eggs in cocoons which hang from trees in areas known as nests. The lesser creatures zealously guard their queens, as colonies depend on them for survival. The queens themselves remain hidden, caring little for what happens to other adult specimens. However, when their nest is threatened, they emerge swiftly and fight ferociously. Thus, to exterminate an Endrega colony, one must set fire to its cocoons to draw out and kill the queen. Burn the cocoons. Got it. Do I now have Endrega lore? I do. That's what an Endrega looks like, with their long, crazy tail. I remember them. Ooh, diagram. Endrega hide armor reinforcements. Very nice. These are exactly the same as the gauntlets I've got. The realms of the Nordlings. This realm is bordered by Quen to the north, Redania to the northwest, Temeria and the Massif of the Mahakam Mountains to the west, and Lyria to the south. Temeria west, Redania northwest, Quen north, Lyria south. The Blue Mountains line its eastern frontier. Eddern's coat of arms is a golden red chevron on a black field, and its capital is Vengerberg. Not long ago, the country nearly disappeared when Nilfgaard occupied its southern territories, and its northern neighbor and supposed ally, Quen, treacherously annexed Upper Eddern. That's basically what the conflict in this whole game is about. The whole political conflict in the game is basically about this, what I'm reading right here. Though the invaders were defeated and Quen withdrew from Eddern's northern lands, the kingdom's fate still hangs by a thread. The country has been ravaged by peasant revolts, and its central government seems ever unsteady. Okay. I love it when I find books. Meteorite ore. Look at this. Now this is cool. Okay, here's the thing. I like to find these things and take a moment to appreciate. Most people, they come in here and what do? They immediately follow the king up the stairs because that's what you're supposed to do. Somebody put in the effort of creating this whole room, but also of like making this. Some artist made this, and most people are never going to walk over here and see it. I mean, that's the stuff in game design, all the stuff they make that most people are never going to see. The people that wrote those books, most people are never going to read those books. So the people that did that writing did it for a very small number of the players, really. This is really cool looking. Alright, let's go. So I like to try to appreciate all the things, artistically and writing-wise, that the developers put into these games that most people don't ever really appreciate. This place is so awesome looking. There's the kids, Anais and Boosie. Like the majestic Roche bird rug.
Who goes there?
Foltest. I've come for my children.
Why does that monk have spikes on his
Geralt,
knuckles?
Wait here.
That's unusual. How did Geralt not notice that? Come on, Geralt.
Thanks be to the gods. My prayers are answered.
You've done a lot of typos this stream, Saito. I'm keeping track of all of them and issuing you demerits each
Go,
time.
Boosie.
That's not my father.
But it is your king, boy.
And he is your father, Boosie. Quit being a Boosie. Fucking Boosie. Look at this little goober.
Bells, your triumph is complete. The city and fortress taken, sire. Time to thank the forefather and the mother creatrix for this great victory.
Geralt's so fucking bored.
A moment, blind man. I've not seen my children in 6 months. The gods can spare another minute. Listen to me. Your mother and I quarreled, but that is over. She was deceived. Evil men turned her against me. These men have been punished, and all will be well from now. No tears, Boosie. One day you'll be king, and kings do not weep.
So the illegitimate bastard's gonna be king, huh?
Armed
Kings
men
do not
approach,
weep.
sire. Children, go to the refectory.
My knights will soon be here. You must meet them, for one day you will rule them. Boosie, go wash your face. They must not see that you wept.
There's a bucket of water in the next room.
Anais, help your brother.
I like the fact that he has the kids removed from the scene before the conversation takes a more serious turn, so to speak. Bye, Anais. Don't worry, that's not the last time you'll ever see your father.
Sire, let us pray.
Oh, wait.
They must look like the royal children they are.
They have your eyes, sire.
They are worshipping images of skeletons and demons in the monasteries, so spike gloves are not so word. But I guess you're right. I guess. Which is, Geralt's like, oh shit. Shit is going down. And he tries to get there. He runs. Can he get there in time? Looks like the answer to that. Like, he didn't have to send the kids away before he did this. He could have just done this while the kids were still there. But he deliberately got the kids out of the picture first. Which I think is an interesting facet of his character. Whoever this mysterious murdering monk is. I didn't even mean to alliterate that, but it just happened. Geralt's rushing, Geralt's rushing. Have some dying king. Oh, it's this guy! The guy that killed the other king in the cutscene, in the cinematic in the beginning. And he runs and he jumps out a window because he gives no fucks! Love this guy. So now he's killed at least 2 kings that we know of. Ooh, this looks really bad for Geralt. And I think we just found out why he's in the dungeon at the beginning of the game. That man also played dice poker with Foltest. Nice. And the king Foltest is dead. That's a shame, because he's my favorite king out of all the monarchs in this setting. The others are all much bigger dicks than him, I think. Or their personalities are not as interesting.
I suppose that's the extent of what you'll give me.
Does this mean I'm free?
Foltest, King of Temeria, has been murdered. Unfortunately for you, you're the only suspect.
The murderer outsmarted you, so I'm to rot in this dungeon.
Oh, no danger of you rotting. You'll hang.
Convince them otherwise.
I have no influence over the court.
But they think Geralt did it, even though it doesn't make any sense why Geralt would do it. He already saved the king from another assassin. He's been here serving the king. He's been around him. He could have killed him at any time. Why would he suddenly do this? Also, I mean, Geralt didn't have any blood on his sword or any of his other weapons, whereas, and the weapon was, the killing was clearly done with a dagger. If they could have done an autopsy, and not with a big ass fucking longsword like Geralt has. I mean, seems like in a modern courtroom, there's no way Geralt gets convicted of this. I mean, he would have lots of character witnesses that would be like, yeah, no, Geralt will never do this shit. Common sense is to this world as Kickamores are to ours. What, you haven't seen Kickamores in the real world? Go to St. Louis. Kickamores for days. Alright, let's see. Triss will vouch for me.
What if someone vouched for me?
You have a witness.
I was thinking of Triss.
Was she not your lover? Who knows? But it's common knowledge she is.
What happened to her?
Oh, she's fine. She's been invited to the next meeting of the Council of Regents.
What's the situation in Temeria?
The Council of Regents has convened to restore order. That means 3 things. Utter chaos will prevail, Visima will run dry of wine and strong drink, and the local whores will make a killing.
Is Triss participating in the meetings?
Indeed. Only to find out that she's no longer needed.
How do you know?
It's my business to know.
They want to run a kingdom without a sorceress?
They already have a kingdom without a king. They'll use every opportunity to get rid of her.
Who will rule?
The chief contenders are Count Maravel and Baron Kimbold, who already tussle for control of Lavalette Castle.
What about Foltest's bastards?
The king's blood runs in their veins, so yes, they are entitled to the throne. Not some drooling nobles.
Fucking Geralt's scars are no joke. Foltest talked about you, Vernon.
Foltest told me a lot about you.
If not for him, I'd be a drunk or a vagrant. Foltest did more for me than my father ever did. But then my father did exactly nothing, for I never even met him. In any case, I'll not rest until the murderer is punished.
Tell me how you serve, Vernon.
I carry out orders others are incapable of executing.
I'm not the murderer, dude.
For fuck's sake, you command the blue stripes. Do something. The real murderer is free, and he's further and further away with every hour you spend prancing around in here.
He's prancing,
I find the
apparently.
Killer Monk story unconvincing.
I don't claim he was a monk. He was wearing a frock, though. He sailed off in a boat with some Scoia'tael.
Would you recognize him?
No problem. A mountain of meat. Never seen anyone bigger.
Meat Mountain. Dun dun dun. Nice mace, dude. That's a serious looking mace.
What would you do if you escaped?
This time it's personal. I'd hunt down the killer.
I'd go after the Kingslayer.
You know where to look for him?
Some Scoia'tael helped him escape. That's where I'd start.
That's what they were doing
You know
here.
this particular group of elves.
How'd you work that out?
They wore blue striped masks. Trophies, I expect.
Iorveth's commando. I know where to find them. We've a trail to follow after.
Wait, I didn't mean to do that.
If you want to start over and take it easy this time, get me some food.
Now that you mention it. Vess!
I like Bess. She's awesome.
Bring us food and drink.
Bess should have been like, fuck off. I'm not a waitress. I'm a warrior.
Shame you didn't think of that earlier.
It's your own fault, Geralt. Your fate is in your hands. Thank you.
I like her outfit. And Roche's outfit. They have cool accoutrement. What, no boiled beets?
Never heard of women serving in the Special Forces.
Vess is one of my best people.
How'd she wind up in the Blue Stripes?
I pulled her from the paws of the Scoia'tael. Just 16 when they torched her village and slaughtered everyone. The unit commander took a liking and spared her. One last thing. This file is about one Geralt of Rivia.
And Foltest's death?
Actually, Geralt's death.
Where did he pull that out
The
of?
report details events from 5 years ago.
Slavican? Is he having memories?
Rivia. Population 1,230.
I love these animated bits.
In that, 253 non-humans. September the 25th, 1268. A riot erupts. A massacre ensues. The streets run with the blood of elves and dwarves. One person finds the courage to face the raging crowd. During the rioting, 76 non-humans perished, including the Witcher Geralt of Rivia. Stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork by a man of whom we know only that his name was Rob, and he owed 3 crowns at the local tavern. Yennefer of Vengerberg dies trying to heal the Witcher. The bodies of Geralt and the sorceress are taken away by a mysterious young girl with ashen hair. Their place of internment remains unknown.
Mysterious young girl with ashen hair.
Rivia.
She will become important in the next
What
game.
just happened?
I saw my own death.
And the rest? Have you regained all your memory?
That's all. I just remember the end.
Vess!
She's like, Christ. You gotta be like that. Why you gotta restrain me?
I'll take the key. I sail upriver at dawn. Guards will collect you in 5 minutes. Eat. You'll need your strength.
Oh, and he left the key for me. You're not so bad, Vernon Roche. You're not so bad.
Not yesterday. He was a hero, pretty much. Everyone's man.
Personally saw him cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye, so it's no surprise.
See him dashing along those walls? Can't rightly say I ever saw his sword the blade move so fast.
I thought that beast would tear him to bits when it came out of the clouds.
Delayed don't mean denied. Hangman'll do that tomorrow.
Dungeons of the Lavalettes.
Teach him a lesson, for what he did to Foltest.
I'll not touch the scum. I get scurvy.
Right. Hangman'll do it. He's poxy already.
Provoke the guards. Look at those. Look at the whipping that took place here. His back is fucked up. Alright. I can't access my journal right now. So I will provoke some guards.
Guard. Come here, good man.
Why are you hollering? Do that again and we'll shut you up.
How long are you going to keep me in here?
Can't wait to see the hangman, eh? Don't worry, tomorrow's your big day.
I can't wait to see him skinned alive.
You wouldn't say that if these bars weren't here.
Is that so? Let's see.
Uh-oh, fools. Fools! Kicked in the face.
Rip your guts out!
Oops. Gotcha. Victory is mine. Loot, please. Prison key. Alright. So. Come back to the dungeons one. See, Sato, what'd you say actually, though? You'd be surprised how basic investigatory techniques did not come about until recently. Thuggies of India, for example, were only stopped because the British brought in the novel idea of questioning witnesses. That's all it took to end a group that had been operating for many years. Surely they had come up with the idea of questioning witnesses. Somebody had done so before that, though. I mean, it's inconceivable that all of history could have happened up to that point and nobody had ever thought to question witnesses about a crime. Like, there's just no way. There's no way. It might not have been in common practice at the time there, but somebody must have questioned some witnesses before that. So let's see. The king found his children, the blood of his blood, only to die at the hands of an assassin disguised as a monk. On a temple floor with his throat slit open, so died Foltest, son of Medel, king of Temeria, prince of Sodden, sovereign of Pontar and Mahakam, and senior protector of Bruges and Elander. Geralt failed to stop the murderer, and when soldiers burst into the room, they immediately and mistakenly identified him as the Kingslayer. They piled upon the Witcher, knocking him down and knocking him out. Assassins of Kings. Foltest was not so lucky the second time. Having dropped his guard, the Witcher was caught by surprise and the king died at the hands of an assassin. The murderer was also a mutant, similar in garb and behavior to the previous assassin. Furthermore, he seemed to recognize Geralt. Sadly, the Kingslayer escaped, and our hero was blamed for the monarch's death. Returning memories. The interrogation in the dungeon of Lavalette Castle took its toll on Geralt. The Witcher's body, despite its mutations, was beat up, bruised, and scarred. At one point, Geralt experienced a shock so extreme that it elicited an old memory. All of a sudden, the Witcher recalled the moment of his death. Once more, he relived his demise in Rivia. Once more, he lay on the ground, pierced by a peasant's pitchfork. Nice alliteration there. Once more, he bled to death. When another vision came to him a few days later, Geralt knew he was gradually recovering his memory. So memory recovery is good. The Dungeons of the Lavalettes. Defeat the guards. Let's see. Listen to my tale. Geralt had been in trouble many times, and in the slammer at least 3, including once in my esteemed company. He had always been able to get out, either with the help of friends or by turns of good fortune. This time, however, things looked bleak. Almost everyone thought the Witcher had murdered the king. Luckily, Vernon Roche had his doubts. Roche completed his grueling interrogation of Geralt and left the Witcher to the guards, but not before leaving our hero the key to his manacles and adding that he would await aboard his ship. All Geralt had to do was escape from the dungeon on his own. A trifle. Prison guards are the same the world over, dumb and short-tempered. Geralt succeeded in provoking his caretakers as easily as a cook fries an omelet. Nice. Although, in modern day, prison guards aren't necessarily dumb and short-tempered. I knew lots of correctional officers who weren't like that. Saito says, of course, but in a methodical manner with corroboration for much of history that never occurred to us. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't really know anything about the history of you know, investigation or the history of criminal justice or whatever. The Dungeons of Lavalette Castle. During one of my visits to the Lavalette family's vast abode, when I had the pleasure of meeting the old baron's niece, a charming creature but 16 springs old, my host, clearly proud of his lands and holdings, offered to show me around the keep's expansive and varied cellars, while he entertained me with conversation and anecdotes on various subjects, including the unique system of penalties designed for seducers of the underage. Dandelion needed to hear that, I think. I got a thorough tour of the dungeon beneath Lavalette Castle. The guards were exceptionally polite, and seemed to have an unerring sense of direction within the labyrinthine network of vestibules, cells, and winding corridors. I imagined that without their help, it would be easy to lose one's way there, wandering around for hours, unable to find an exit. I would not envy any soul imprisoned there. We don't know about New Boy yet. Anything new? King Foltest. The deaths of the great and powerful of this world do not always befit their lives. The blow was so unexpected that even the Witcher failed to react in time. A dagger's blade ran across the throat of Foltest, ruler of Temeria, cleanly slitting it, and his blood flowed out onto the floor of the Temple Solar. Thus died one of the most powerful kings of the North, at the hands of an assassin in the garb of a monk. Now we'll read about Roche and Vess. Vernon Roche. There he is with his strange headdress and his interesting outfit, and his hard stare. There is a man like Vernon Roche in every monarch's retinue, brave and determined, ready to execute any command, and thoroughly hated at court. He knows that only allegiance and service to the king keep him in his position. Roche was the leader of the Blue Stripes, King Foltest's special forces, renowned, among other things, for battling the Scoia'tael and quelling many a rebellious non-human community. It was under his command that the unit rose to fame. Vernon earned Foltest's favor and trust through his deeds. One word from the king and he would jump headlong into fire, asking only how long he was to stay there and hold his ground. That's the kind of man Vernon Roche was at the time. Vernon proved to be perceptive when he refused to flatly believe Geralt's guilt. Too many things needed to be explained, and the Blue Stripes commander decided risking cooperation with the suspect to get his hands on Foltest's real killer. Thus he remained loyal to his king even after his death. Saito says apparently Temeria has a higher age of consent than Germany or Alabama. There's actually a lot of U.S. states. I don't know how many exactly, but there's quite a few that have an age of consent of 16. And obviously other countries in the world, many have an age of consent of 16 or even yet lower in some cases. I'm pretty sure it's 18 here in Nevada where I live. I don't know for sure. And then there's Vess. There's Vess. The fair-haired Vess stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roche's unit, and not only in that she was the only woman in an elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers. Her girlish face and shapely body would stand out even if a uniform did not emphasize them. For there is something in soldier women that attracts a man's gaze, and Vess was no exception. The reader should not, however, be misled by this description. One does not earn a Blue Stripes membership with good looks, but with skill, determination, and, at times, ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Vess would pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Vess would sometime receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roche had used Vess as his trump card more than once. And the Kingslayer. Love this guy. Disguised as a blind monk, the mysterious assassin took Geralt by surprise, displaying immense self-control and lightning reflexes, not to mention a talent for acting. He murdered the king before the Witcher's very eyes. He then leapt out the window of the solar before Geralt could grab him. Surviving the fall unharmed, the assassin fled with the aid of some scoia'tael. The information in Vernon Roche's possession served to confirm what Geralt had witnessed. A man matching the Kingslayer's description had been seen in the company of scoia'tael near the trading post of Flotsam. Finding him seemed like the Witcher's only chance. Alright. So that is all the things we need to read. Wait a minute. There's a glossary of nations? Oh my god. Here we go. Temeria. There's the lilies of Temeria on the shield. Anyone who wishes to be considered an educated man rather than a common boor should mention Temeria first where the northern kingdoms are concerned. The realm's coat of arms is a black shield dotted with silver fleur-de-lis, and its capital is Vizima, where the royal palace erected by King Foltest stands. You spend a lot of time in Vizima in The Witcher 1. The country extends its protection to several surrounding domains, including the mountainous dwarven homeland of Mahakam. Currently, Temeria's neighbors include the mighty Redania, the wooded Quen, and Sidaris, known for the truly pathetic poetry of Valdo Marx, a troubadour unworthy of the title, for he chiefly devotes himself to besmirching the work of other superior artists. So you can tell Dandelion's got a little bit of a grudge there. Made it a little personal for a second there. Two other places in Temeria are essential to our story, and thus must be mentioned. Firstly, north of Vizima, near the white bridge that links the banks of the Pontar, stands the proud fortress and walled town of the Lavalette family. Secondly, further up the Pontar lies the small river port and trading post of Flotsam. Both will prove important to the beginning of our story. Yes, they will. I feel like maybe I should read about Aard, Redania, and Quen when they come up as being more relevant in the story, rather than reading about them right now. So I have nothing except prison key and cat right now. Where the fuck was I keeping this cat potion? I don't even want to know where Geralt had the cat potion. We're gonna save. We're going to level up. Or not. Some axes and scary stuff on the wall. A small blackjack, some worn leather gauntlets, a moon rune. Well, blackjack is better than nothing for a while. Plus 19% chance to stun is actually pretty awesome. Ready to blackjack some fools. There's a torture rack here of some kind. So lots of torturing takes place in these dungeons.
Damn torches. Can't sneak out in this light.
Extinguish. Stealth mode. You're now in stealth mode. Try to avoid illuminated areas. Sneak up on guards from behind and do something to knock them out. Super sneaky stealth mode. Stealth mode and super sneak. Okay.
What was that? Oh, be damned!
There's that stun. I fucked up already. See, now, I didn't mean for it to happen that way. And because I didn't mean for it to happen that way, I'm going to reload. Certain doors, when you go through them, you can't back up through them because it does a weird thing, and this is one of those doors. What? How did he see me? Hold on. Wait. Wait. Just wait. Are you waiting? Wait. Don't you get an ability perk for sneaking through the dungeon undetected? I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to sneak through the dungeon undetected, though, for sure. Oh, cool. He automatically kind of takes cover. Fucking, I just ran into the guy. Hold on. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. I just need to figure out what I'm doing here. There we go. The silent takedown. Bindings. Just junk. No. Who's this? Hey, who is that in there? Got some cloth. Because in the middle of a prison escape while you're sneaking around with no shirt on and no weapons or any, well, hardly anything, that's the time you want to stop and, like, collect some cloth and stuff.
Leave me be. Let me alone, please. Don't hurt me.
Alright. I'll leave you be. Quick save.
I'll say, Sergeant, I'd like surface duty. Blowing harder in here than on which, mate? What's this end of the front?
No! No. The stealth mechanics are not great in this game. They're really not. The stealth sections, I mean, it's not a real stealth game. Let's put it that way. Everything's kind of... They really detect the shit out of you, too. These guards have some great peripheral vision. At the very least, a very manly ascot Geralt needs a material to make a new shirt, or at the very least a very manly ass guy. I see.
Had enough of this dungeon. Should ask the sergeant about a transfer.
What was that?
Turn around.
Oh, I'd like to serve. Alright, hogs down. Let's see it. Oh, throttle idiot.
You wanted a map? There it is, first-rate carving. Wanted me inside? Here I am. What the fuck else do you want from me?
What are we... You tell him!
First of all, the pierced heart with mum on it. It's hiding part of the dungeon.
I needed a bit of courage.
You
Had a
deaf
few
or
drinks
what?
before
I said a
You're
prisoner's
supposed to
escaped!
get caught, not for
Guards!
thieving.
Where the hell is
Because of that they
everyone?
whip you
Guards,
first.
over here!
How are we supposed to see the corridors among all those scabs?
And we said back, not backside. How are we supposed to glance at that thing if you need to drop your trousers every time?
So, where's this prisoner, huh?
Alright, that was close. I wanted to hear what they were talking about, but I didn't really... Upper dungeon key. Didn't really get what they were talking about. Alright, but what's up here is the real question. Can I meditate yet? No.
Alright, darling. Just you and me. Not very romantic, I'll admit, but believe you me, you'll be well satisfied when I'm done. Anyone there?
What is this guy doing? Oh, he's about to rape this chick. Well, fuck off. You're lucky I don't kill you. Apparently I can't set these people free, which is unfortunate because I would like to set them free. Then again, that would kind of mess up my own... No, I would still do it though. Just relax, everything's fine, ma'am. A lot of stuff glowing, and yet it doesn't really seem like I can loot anything here. A lot of stuff glowing. As a completionist, though, when I do stealth games where you can do silent, stealthy takedowns of guys, I have to not only sneak through and not get detected, I also have to take down all the guys stealthily. Just, you know, you have to. You can't just leave them be to roam around. Hi, everybody. Highlights the puddles because walking through them creates noise. Oh, interesting. That I didn't even think about. Now this is an area where I am completionist about putting out all the torches. When you're trying to sneak, all the torches gotta go out. see about this. I don't hear any noise when I go through the puddles. Oh, I guess I did hear a little bit of puddle noise there.
Come on, mate, please let me out. I beg you. If you don't, I'll draw half the garrison here.
What are these guys doing? Hey, is that Aaron Lavalette? I think it is. Just kick those guys' asses.
Stay calm, Arian.
What are you doing here?
Same thing as you.
Same thing as you.
Yes, but they imprisoned you. Why?
They say I killed Foltest.
Shame. I'd hoped to do that myself. Do you know my mother's fate? Foltest did her no harm.
Foltest ordered the Blue Stripes to guard her like some invaluable treasure.
Bastard. Placing her among those dogs. One more nobly born should protect her. A baronet at least.
Time to think about saving your life.
To me, honor is more important than life.
What do you plan to do?
Not your concern. We must get to the oil store where there's a way out. I'm weak. You must help me.
You didn't look that weak when you were just whooping some ass.
I'll wait here. Return for me once you've cleared the way.
I guess that took it out of him.
You bastard! You fucking prick! Fuck you, cocksucker! Fuck you up the arse! Motherfucker!
This guy's pretty foul-mouthed.
I fucking killed you, hear me? I'll rip your brick off and beat your head in with it!
Wow, I'm just imagining the logistics of that. Okay. Life can be surprising, especially when you're trying to evade death. Sneaking through the dungeon, Geralt chanced upon Arian Lavalette. The erstwhile foes, brought together once more by fate, became allies. Arian knew the castle like the back of his hand, but the Witcher had a sword, so he went forth to clear the way. Actually, I don't have a sword. Sato says, how else will you carry out Basso the Boxman unless you knock out everyone and plunge the area in darkness? I'm not sure what that's a reference to. Is this where I came from? This is where I came from, right? Oh, I forgot I could pull up a map. Nice. Maybe it's not where I came from. This must be where I came from. Okay, this is definitely where I came from, right here. I mean, you got to explore all the places as well. First Thief game, you think it was the third mission? I see. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode. We will continue our escape from the Lavalette dungeons in our next episode. Wait. Fate seeks forever to amuse itself, and towards this purpose likes to play tricks. It brought the former foes together once more as both fled the dungeons beneath the Lavalette family's vast abode. Saito says, one of the optional objectives is to rescue said fellow from the Hammerite prison. Ah, rescue Bastard the Boxman. Makes sense. Alright, well, next time, we'll get out of these dungeons. Thanks for watching. This has been Josiah Plays The Witcher 2.